Bye, Felicia.
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Got him! Got him!
What you talking about? What you
Wonderful. He's back. Oh,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
hey, Mr. Know-it-all.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain. Can't complain.
Wonderful.
Okay. Well, I'm Mr. Know-it-all, and we here on Hood Talk, and we here to get the party started. So tell us your topic.
Okay. Well, but hold up. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Marcus Honeysucker on YouTube and Mr. Know-it-all on Facebook. And if you want to send him some love, there is the information. It is coming. It is coming. It is coming. Bam, right there. You can send that love right there. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. But getting into this subject tonight, we want to know, we want to talk about it, we want to hear feedback, we want to get your input. Whatever you got to say, share with us. If you would like to join the StreamYard, the information is posted in the comments section, and you can join at any time and be a guest. If you care not to share your face, that's perfectly fine. But hey, we want you to come and bear your opinions. So the subject tonight, are we giving our children the right advice on how to make it in this world? You know, like this world that we're living in, are we really telling our children the truth about how they can make it? You know, can you make it past being brought up on name brand shoes? Can you still have those things if you work your 9 to 5 or 10 to 12, 11 to 7, whatever it is? Can you support this habit that these parents has placed upon you in your life, or have you have the same mindset of living standards? What if you have to live on a lower quality of what you were brought up as? Would you be able to handle that without having a nervous breakdown? So are we really giving our children the right advice on how to make it in this world? Mr. Know-it-all, do you think that's going on around here?
No. Ain't nobody telling the kids the truth. We just telling them what we think they want to hear. We ain't telling the kids the truth.
Oh, not the real?
Ain't nobody telling the kids the real. Nobody. Nobody is telling the kids the truth.
Not even you, huh?
Nah, I tell them the truth. That's why I'm one of the most hated men on Facebook. Nah, I'm just messing. Nah, I guess a lot of people are allergic to the truth. And that's just real talk. A lot of people just it's not, eh, sometimes people feel like that people telling the truth, but they really not. A lot of people just don't tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But we often give children advice that if you work this type of way, you would succeed. But what if that work isn't for the child and they don't succeed the way you think they should or would, like you have? Everybody can't work like you work. Everybody can't roll the way you roll. But you want to just tell them, hey, do it that way, and it doesn't work that way.
Well, what happened is you might not do it the same exact way as me, but real work works. Period. Um, it's just like being, being an AC man, heat man, or whatever kind of, whatever you do in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, say you passing it on to your son. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Your son still gonna have that knowledge. It's according on how eager he is or how lazy he is of doing it, because when you teach it to him, you ain't gonna teach it as in the BS way.
Oh no.
You feel
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
I get you.
so what happens is he can see all of your hard work and time and this and that, and then he sit up there and say in his head, "Oh, I don't want to work that hard to make it. I want to, I want to have time for my family. Mama that never seen daddy like he should have, and all that, and I want to be different." It's
Oh Lord.
when people turn around and they say they want to raise their children so different than their parents raised them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you feel like you turned out right, why would you change and raise your child so different than how you made it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me tell you. Okay, let me just be honest. I was one that always said, because I felt like my life was halted because I learned things at a later age in life on experiencing a lot of things.
Mhm.
So I was like, I'll give my son a different opportunity to move this way or that way. Do I think I made a wrong mistake? Yes, I do. I probably should have left things the way they were, just stay strict and molded in what I was taught and implement those things on my child. But I did that little freedom thing, and, you know, I mean, it didn't turn out all super bad, but it just went a different way.
Right.
Yeah.
So and do that make you feel like you did it wrong, or you just
Well,
feel?
I think I should have just left it the way that I was trying to move initially, and I should have made any changes to it. That's all.
So you think you kind of did right, or did you do
No,
right?
I mean, hey, you can't cry over spilled milk. It's done. But I'm saying I wish I would have moved the way that I initially started. I swayed a little, but that's called life because I swayed as a person. So I didn't expect everything to be perfect, not even being a parent, something I've never done before. I've never been a parent. I've only been taught to be an obedient child. So, hey, what do you expect perfect from me?
Hmm. Well, I think I think the problem is we want our children to be better than us, but we fail to realize that in order for our child to be better than us, we actually we actually got to even still in an even harder work ethic than we had to be
Yeah,
better. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like people, it trips me out when people say, I don't want to work so hard as my dad, but I want to be greater than my dad. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's like people don't realize football players, basketball players, people see them for that little time that they on the court. People
yeah,
don't look at the hours and the hours, the weight room, the eating right, the jumping up and down, the thousand shots and the thousand, the dribbles, the thousand dribbles and all that. Because I remember even when I came up and it was a dude, down the street from me, and he
mm-hmm,
he was a good basketball player, played for the school and everything, right?
mm-hmm,
And I used to be like, how you get so good and this and that. So what he used to do is like I used to always bounce it with my right hand.
mm-hmm.
And then he used to tell me, "Oh, bounce with your left." And I'm like, "That's harder to, bounce." No, he said, "That's how you get better." See, people don't realize how you get better is to strengthen your weaknesses.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody who always shy away from strengthening their weaknesses don't really want to get better. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, well, I wouldn't say don't want to. If you've never been told that or anything, so I wouldn't say you just don't want to. If you don't know to get better in that way, then you
I
just
think
don't.
everybody tell people it's the same thing. Like people know to lose weight, you got to eat a certain way. So if you shy away from eating, it's people that know they eating bad and they say, "Fuck that, I want to eat what I want to eat." So you can't.
No, they say I want to die happy.
It's same thing. If somebody, if you know the route to make yourself better, and if you're not doing it, you know, deep down inside, you're not doing what it takes to make yourself better. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
So when you push the urge that I want to be better, but you're not doing the things to make yourself better, it's all on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't live all this time watching all these, especially in this era where all this good stuff, all this healthy food and everything is coming on your phone and telling you eat right and do this,
Hmm.
clean your house. And I mean, it tell you all this good stuff to do, how to organize and all that. But it's up to us.
Right.
When it all boils down to, it's up to us to change and do right. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You know, tragedy often what puts a lot of people on a different path. You know what I'm saying? Like I was 300 and some pounds, and then you know, my guy that worked with me all the time, and he wasn't even overweight. He died. He just was eating anything, puffed up, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But he just didn't gain weight like that. You know what I'm saying? But when he died, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? You can just die, and he just went to sleep and didn't wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to sit back and you got to say to yourself, okay, life ain't promised. You actually got to put in a little work to keep yourself around here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all think that we have a certain amount of years to be here, but no, if we don't do right and we don't take care of our body and we don't do all that, we ain't gonna have that certain amount of time that we think we got and go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I said, it's sometimes it takes tragedy. It takes somebody close to us dying or watching somebody, because we can sit here and watch an elderly live to 95. And they'd be like, you'd be like, how you do it? They'd be like, I drunk a teaspoon of vinegar every day.
Yep.
I didn't drink. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I just, and we would look at that and we'd be like, I guess I ain't gonna be making it to 95. Cause I'm just telling you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we actually know that we looking at them and we listen to them, we like, well, I don't know.
Well, I met a lady. She was 101, but she told me that she did drink. But her thing was she read the Bible and she said she drank, but not to be drunken.
Right.
So if
Moderation.
she did drink, she probably had a little wine, enough to partake, but she said she never drank to be drunken. And that's a problem of a lot of us. We drink to indulge, overindulge, greed, you know,
And we got to
even in
realize
food.
that that hurts the kidney. And then, like they say, when you put too much food in your stomach don't have enough space for it to heal
To
itself.
digest itself.
Yeah, all kind of stuff. That's
Have you ever stuffed your mouth with food? You put a lot of food in your mouth, your jaws go up to your. It take you a long time. So
yeah.
just think if you
I've been
put
a
all
kid.
that in your stomach, it take a long time to just squish it around to dissolve that.
So I think we got to get to the point that we give children the right advice. I don't think we, it's the same thing. I always say if you learn better, you do better. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. My whole thing is sometimes, I used to, treasure the advice that, you know, church had back in the day. But once I realized that church had become a business and churches wasn't stern no more, they didn't stand on what they believe in no more. They swayed every once in a while. See now, you don't hear churches talking about, you know, being married or what's, they be like, oh, if you single, this, as long as you putting some money in that pot, you can just about do whatever you want.
And that's so sad that is so true. Man, you can become the assistant pastor
Cause
and
I
get
be
paid right.
I be looking at them and they be in these mega churches, and I be looking at how the people, they go and they put out, they 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 put this money, how they have the little places where the superstars and everybody sit at the couple of front rows and things.
Mm-hmm.
Long as them millionaires, this and that, dropping them $10,000 check, they, oh yes, oh yes. And let me tell you something. And when these churches get to the point where they start counting your money and telling you, oh, that ain't 10%, and start asking you for your tax ID and all that, man, let me tell you something. They done went too far, man.
It's
You know
time
what
to
I'm saying?
move on,
Because,
then.
because guess what? If my lights get cut off, I ain't got no key to the church. Run up to the church and lay down on a cot or something up in there and chill and watch TV or whatever. They got 4, 5 TVs around the church. You would think they would let the homeless or somebody in at night. They don't let nobody stay there at night. They
Well,
got
for
a big
money,
old gigantic church and don't let nobody sleep there at night. But they the ones supposed to be taking the people up off the streets and all this good stuff, man.
no, just think about when Hurricane Katrina hit. You remember that? No, I didn't see too many churches opening up for shelter, but there was one open up, and he was like, had to be compensated for even doing that. In New Orleans, the man in New Orleans, he wouldn't even open his church or something like that. He
Yeah.
moved to Georgia or something.
Well, you remember that other thing that happened down at in Texas when
Yeah,
the white preacher
Osteen was it?
yeah, he wouldn't open his church when that hurricane or flood or whatever
He
that
probably like, y'all ain't tearing my church up like y'all doing that dorm down there.
happened. But listen, if you listen to him, it's not their church, it's everybody's church, right? So that's my problem with it when it become yours, because you know what I'm saying. I thought it was God's and all that. The church should be an open. What's the name? I mean, you shouldn't have too much in there where people just I understand people steal and people ain't right these days. You know what I'm saying? You put you some cameras or whatever. But I feel like if these big mega churches making all this money, what's name? They should at least be um, having programs and stuff like that through the week where they taking in, shelter, the homeless, preaching to
Mm-hmm.
free or something,
Yeah.
some kind of what's name. But I just think it doesn't. I think how we moving now, nobody has a you know no stopping point. Long
Yeah.
as they got money, I'm willing to keep on stepping back. The preacher steady stepping back, not holding his tongue, not saying what he really want to say. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you when you know a preacher fake. Put a camera right beside him and put a point of camera in his face and say, "Do you believe in gay marriage?" And just look at his face. Just look at his face when you say it, and all he thinking about is cancel culture. See, once a preacher is worried about being canceled, once your church ain't even owned by you no more. See, most of y'all think y'all own y'all church. No, it's a bill. I think it's the 503 bill 503 that you can go look at, and most of y'all churches are owned by an entity. Most of these pastors couldn't pay for their church, nothing. They let this outside person come really own the church. They remodel it. When you get your big old church remodeled, your pastor ain't got that money. You ain't got that money. That money ain't in the church fund. Let me tell you something. You don't own your church no more. Okay? You don't own your church no more. It's only a few churches that actually own their own church, and they do due diligence on them. Pastors is the one that stay the pastor. They don't have nobody who can come push them out. And if you ain't preaching good enough, y'all take a vote, and they got to move to Arkansas and preach, go to Alabama and preach. See, that's why I know it ain't. It's fake. When you bringing somebody all the way from Virginia down here to preach at a church, they don't even know nobody around here. This when church got fake to me. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
Because it's a business then. When you
Yeah.
just moving folks around, I was sitting up there and I was just thinking about it. I can understand people moving, here to here. But if you got a call and you are, it's preachers all around, right around Jackson and stuff like that want to preach. Why these preachers got to go to Tupelo, Mississippi to preach? You know what I'm saying? They stay way down here. You gotta if a pastor got to drive 2 hours to his church, you might well quit pastor. All the money you done made, you done spend it in gas money.
Maybe they provide them with mileage.
Nah. Listen, because then you starting off as a startup preacher, so they don't even want to give you too much money because the congregation, they still got 1 foot in and out the door on you.
Oh my
Half of them
goodness.
don't even want you there from the get go because you were brought in by entity. You wasn't brought in because the church said, "Oh, we like this pastor, and we went and got this." No, this ain't no football team. It's just like you having a coach and you don't know what coach coming, and so coach just show up and start coaching, and you like, where you used to coach at? I used to coach in what's the name? I never heard of that. Well, that's where I coached it.
Oh wow.
That's how it is. So I mean, we'll get back out of there. Let's get back on the subject because I ain't gonna get too far gone because you know how I get when
I know. Take it to the church. What's
right.
up, Rhonda? Good evening to you, chica.
Yeah, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Ain't nobody playing like this. They say, yeah, okay. But I just be, I guess I just be, telling her how it is.
Okay. Well, shouts out to Miss Kimberly Belial with Voluptuosity Teachers in Peru.
Okay, the red lock goddess. Okay,
Shout out to Miss Kim, and also shout out to Miss Wendy Friday with Shondazzle earrings. Miss Wendy provided me with a new pair this week. I like them, Wendy. Look her up on Facebook, Instagram, Miss Wendy Friday Shundazzle.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
it was what was mine. Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing. All right. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Orange
I
stuff.
ain't gonna say nothing because I go deep. I go to the reservoir.
Well, don't go to the reservoir. Stay right here.
Yo, let's do it.
I like these mops.
Huh? That what you call them mops? I call them fishing lures.
You call them what?
Fishing lures.
So you have to go fishing to know what your joke is.
Yeah, see that.
Scared of snakes. I ain't going fishing.
Women fishing, they fishing for men like that.
Oh, that's what this is. Okay then. That's
Yeah.
what-
Oh, yo.
You got a new business. See, you said.
I'm just playing, Wendy. I'm just playing. Don't take this stuff serious.
Right.
It's jokes. Oh, okay. Okay.
Well,
Good evening.
know
Good
somebody
evening.
gonna try it right.
What? Fishing? They're gonna take the earrings off and go fish? Throw a hook in that joint?
It's already hooked.
Bow!
They just
You
want to
gotta
bite.
put that big hook in there,
Look, pull it in slowly.
in that big part down there. You gotta put a big hook up in there.
Right here or up there.
Yup. Or down there.
Down there.
Yeah.
Oh. So you can catch the mouth.
Yup.
Oh. Okay.
That part.
Thank you.
All right. No problem. No problem. All right. Come on with a
Kim got her t-shirts, pillowcases, everything like that. She had those St. Patty's Day t-shirts. I never got mine. I know
ooh.
she's been busy working. I guess I'll save it for next year. She does Mr. Know-It-All t-shirts, hoodies, pillowcases. She do your mugs. But whatever you need, I know Miss Balaj. What's her name?
Kimberly Blige.
Mary J. Cousin got it for you, according to Mr. Know-It-All.
And don't forget to like and share. So
Yes.
what the first thing we got on the agenda since we
So we around here talking about, like, are we giving our children the right advice on how to make it in this world, right?
no, I don't think so. I mean, because I'm gonna tell you why I say that. We tell kids, we send them through a Disney fantasy. You know what I'm saying? We sit there, oh baby, everything is all right up here and this and that. Oh, you gonna find you a good job. All you gotta do is go to school, find you a good job. Man, this is not true. There's a lot of y'all went to college, 4, 5 year college and working at Walmart. Stop lying to these kids. Stop lying to them thinking, see, people don't realize if you gonna work for other people, the best thing you can have in the world is a good fucking attitude. And that's what you need to preach to your child before you preach them anything else. Having a good attitude will keep you employed for a long time.
If you decide to work with somebody else. So if your attitude stinks and terrible, you better work for yourself.
No. If your attitude terrible, you're gonna go broke. Period. Cause guess what? You can try to work for yourself, but if you got a fucked up, ain't nobody coming to you. So what I'm saying is the best thing in the world that you can give the game to your child is to have a good attitude. You know
good
what I'm saying?
attitude. Oh yeah.
Good attitude from the door. It don't matter about all that other extra stuff they be trying to say. Oh no. You got to have a good attitude first. And that's the problem. That's half the problem right there. A lot of people don't have great attitude. So when you ain't got a good attitude, there it is.
Right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best thing you could tell a child in this day and age is to have a great attitude. What you think the best thing you can tell a child other than the attitude?
That about cover it. You have to have the great attitude, because if you don't, you can't deal with people.
And there's a lot
I know a child right now, 12 years old. This child get around people, she's like, oh, these kids or these people, it suffocates me. I don't like to be around people.
yeah,
You're
like
too young to either feel
how
that
you
much pressure being around
you
people.
know what that is? That's
Habit from you just pull that from somewhere else.
right from passed down. That's from your
Passed
mama
down.
saying it. That you hear your grandma. I don't like people. They know good and goddamn well that they switch into a whole nother thing when they get to work. They be like, "Hi, yes, I'm so fake right now.
Right.
What are you doing?
I
I have to get a paycheck that's going to stay here for 20, 30 years.
right.
I got to be nice to these folks, even when I don't want to."
Right. So how you greet them in the morning? How you what? How you say how they do? They be
How
fake.
you doing?
That's the nice way.
Yeah.
So I'm
You
saying
gotta-
you
you
out
gotta
here
do it
putting
right.
this in your children's head that this is not the way. Like being around people does this to you. This type of thing, you're accepting this stuff in your life. I'm this way because of this, or I can't succeed this way because of that. You have to put it in your mindset that you can handle it either way it comes. So just like I was saying, we tell our kids, focus on the future, keep your eyes on the prize. But you can tell them to focus on the future, keep your eyes on the prize without any work. When you should tell them, live or work in the moment. Like you working right now so you can get that prize. Don't just say I'm going to be rich, I'm going to get this house, I'm going to live here in this area, move like this. You don't tell them the process of working towards getting those things. You just tell them to look for the prize. This is what I want.
Yeah.
So you'll be forever saying, I want to live like the Joneses or live this particular way if you never instilled them the way to go that route to get there.
You know what? The only thing that makes me sad, people can't accept that they gonna forever be middle class or forever be. Everybody feel like they gonna hit the lottery one day. And
Yep.
that's the only thing that's bad about our culture. They People don't realize some of us just gonna have to work till we 60 years old. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
64, 65 to they give us their retirement check. Some people gonna have to work till then. It be tripping me out when I be seeing people like, they get to 35 talking about I'm so tired of work. I need me a break. I need me a week off. And this. Man, listen.
The meantime,
Can I tell you something?
let me hear it.
A lot of ladies, this is what happened. People look at and they see their grandmas and stuff like that in these houses, and they sit up there and say, "Oh yeah, grandma was in a house, this and that," and they hear all the stuff about granddad. Oh, granddaddy wasn't this, granddaddy wasn't that. But guess what granddaddy did do? He left grandma a goddamn house. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And a home and kids. You know what I'm saying? Where you can have a foundation to raise folks in. And
Right.
people take a paid for a house and try to trade it in. You know what I'm saying? Trade in a pay for a house to go out here and pay for some rent. It don't make sense. And let me tell you something. You know what makes us different than other people? I know some black people too that do this, but I remember way back in the day, I used to wonder why, white people drove all the way from McGee and places like that to come up to Jackson and work.
Yeah.
And get what? They drive their ass all the way back home every day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
20-some years, 30 years. You know why? Because they had some country stuff down there already paid for. Why the hell they gonna come up here and try to live like the Joneses and try to buy them a $500,000 house? See, everybody, people don't realize it take a lot of sacrifices to make a certain kind of money. I was thinking about it yesterday. Yesterday, it was Sunday, and I was working out, passing by the shop, and I seen what Tim. I said, dang, he working on Sunday. I'm talking about it was almost 9, 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, man, this man working on Sunday. And then I thought about it. I said, people don't even realize go-getters almost work almost every day. Almost every day, you see real go-getters out here working. You know why a lot of wives, in certain neighborhoods, understand that they man, works a lot and put in a lot of hours and all that. They understand. They say, I'm gonna give him, Saturday or Sunday to have some fun or chill out or we chill out or this and that because they understand how much hours through the week he work. I even see, been working on this man restaurant, and I even noticed his wife still. She just know her husband hearing that all day he going to each couple of his stores and stuff like that. Going in, and then when he ain't driving himself, guess who driving? She driving him. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
she understand he's on the go and then they be like, well, I thought he was what's name? Be like, oh, that's him. He's always on the go. You know what I'm saying? But we, as other people, sometimes we don't understand, some of us care too much about partying, too much about prepping. Let me tell you something. People that want a lot of something, don't make plans all the time. They have to make certain what's not, they can't make plans. You know what I'm saying? Because like anybody who on Monday already planning for Friday, you ain't finna have a lot. you're gonna be barely surviving because when you already planning what party and this and that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you ain't got nothing big going on. You know what I'm saying?
Not
Because
too
once you
often.
can plan like this, you can plan 2 weeks and you plan, oh, I'm not doing nothing. What's the name? We can go out and do. No, you got too much time. See, everybody want a lot, but you got to put in time to get a lot. It's
Yeah.
just like a time clock at work. The person with the most hours, if it's an hourly job, is the one that get paid the most money, right?
Yeah. Because you work, you put in the time.
They don't understand this on what's name. People put more time in partying than they do in working. If you go to work and you do 6 hours, 7 hours, or whatever, because average job really is 7 hours. Because they're gonna give you an hour lunch break or something. So that's the average job, right? So
Yeah.
when you get out of work after that 7 hours you out of work, you still got how many hours that is after that? That's 11. Hold on, no.
7 hours.
15, 15, 16, 17. Whatever, that's about
How
17.
many hours you say? 7?
Yeah, 7 hours, 7 divided from
You got
24.
at least 5.
17.
That's half a
That
day.
means you got 17 more hours.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you got 17 more hours in a day, right? And guess what? Joe got to do that at 7. They go straight to the corner. They grab them a beer. They do this, do that, and they chilling for the rest of the day.
So you're gonna take that as partying? You
Yeah.
know, some guys take those times or divert from that going home or whatever. They do that as a peace of mind. You sit around and talk, have time outside of home with people that can probably understand things that you deal with or go through. You know what I'm saying? So guys, just don't go all the way just directly
What you
home.
talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, Will?
Okay, Woodrow, listen.
All I'm trying to say is,
No, Woodrow, listen. No, I'm saying you saying that they take it as partying. It may not be. So just because they drink, are you saying that that's partying?
okay, listen. Are you making money?
The money has been made.
Are you making money?
So if you're not making money, it's partying.
Are you making money? See,
No, I'm asking you the question.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. After you off, right?
Okay.
After you get off.
Okay.
If the rest of your day is indulged with spending your money and in conversation and spending your money and this and that, and people don't realize it's dudes out here that actually put in 60, 70 hours a week, 80 hours a week. Period. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't hard to do. It's 24 hours in a day. So if you grinding just say 3 whole days, that's 75 hours. I mean, close to 75 hours right there. So
Okay.
what I'm trying to say, you half and then you split three whole days in half. Split it in half. Okay. Now what you come up with every day that you probably can probably work to make up to get 75 hours in a week. That's what? Roughly 11 hours a day.
At least 12, 11 hours.
11 hours a day.
Yep.
Okay. So all I'm saying is, if a man ain't willing to put in 11 hours a day, they gonna continually be average because you don't have a sales. So guess what? Men that really work do. They got one job they do. And when they get out their job, they got another job they kind of do this and that. But usually they putting in work because think about it. A lot of people, they will go to work at, if they just working through the week, they'll go to work at 6, get off at 5. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And look, let me tell you something. I don't knock any of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what a man chooses to do, he chooses to work every day, all day, 7 days a week to grind. So if you're grinding like that, to work that hard, work yourself to the bone every day, that's what you're doing to have what you got. You have what you got. Continue to do that if that's what you want to do.
That's what most men do.
Okay, well, I just said continue to do that if that's what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not knocking it. I never knock a man that chooses to work over everything. So if that's what you want to do, just be so caught up in that's what men do. We work all the time. No downtime for anything.
No, they
On
have
yourself.
you can have downtime. What I'm trying to say is,
So you're not a man if you don't work that hard.
No, listen.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, according on what level you want to be.
Level of what?
Level
of what?
Okay, this is what I'm saying. Say if a man want to be
call it by class.
30. What's the average pay in Mississippi?
For men or women?
No, average pay. It ain't for no man or woman. What's the average pay?
30,000 in Mississippi?
No.
26?
Nah. The average
Mississippi?
Average income in Mississippi is right at 23,000. Google it up.
We're in 2023 though.
Google it up.
Well, you do it. You said it. I
Well, I
didn't.
mean, I know you disputing it. Now I'm just telling you what I know. You just telling what you
Okay.
think it
Well,
is.
if you know, show me.
No, I ain't got to say. I just told you if
Okay.
you want to know.
Well, you just told me something, and you just said believe because I
Well,
said it. Now
no, no,
I
no.
Google. You
You
said it.
was
Okay.
guessing.
We're gonna
You
stick with what you said.
hold on,
You
listen
said
what I'm saying.
20. What'd you say? 23.
They're about 23.
Okay, about 20.
23,
Now it's about 23. Okay.
Yeah, it's 23 something for Mississippi.
Okay.
Because we did this before, and I think it's like right at like 86 in Texas or something like that. But all I'm saying is,
I mean, but I'm saying average salary in Mississippi. This is 2023, right?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So
What it say?
average salary in Mississippi,
Right.
2023 or
The
what?
whole
Just
Mississippi. The whole Mississippi. Go ahead.
no, I'm saying
Yeah,
average salary in
2023.
2023. Okay, that's what I'm making sure because I'm already looking at is different, So I'm trying to get close to your amount.
No, go ahead. Say it. Or then we turn around and say the average black person. Go ahead though.
No, I'm trying to make sure I get close to what you said, because I see different. I think I
Well,
see
shoot
one.
it out there then. I want to hear something.
You want to hear something?
Yeah. Tell us.
Okay, I found something to match what you said.
Go ahead.
You want me to share it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, somebody said 28. Is that right?
Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong screen. Right here. I got so many, honey. Right there? Okay, yeah. We're going to go down here to where I found where you said, okay. So you said about 23, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See
That's
they yeah, they don't I'm doing the single, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said single. Hmm.
So we still rank the lowest.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess yeah, because they combine and once they do, like a couple. But yeah,
Hmm.
I was just saying, yeah. So that's what I be saying in so many words. We put us back B. Okay. But all I'm saying is that's why I never get mad when we tell our kids to leave Mississippi to go follow their dreams, get they chasing their money or whatever. I never told one person not to leave. All I ever said is I'm established here. I might not leave here, but I wouldn't. Everybody to make it in Mississippi, this is what I'm telling you how you got to grind. You got to really grind in Mississippi to make it in Mississippi. See, you can willy dilly maybe somewhere else and put in your 40 hours and get that big old paycheck at the end of the week. Some people can do that. Boom, like online work and different jobs you can really make some money. You feel
So
me?
I'm saying, do you think that's deemed healthy for a man? I'm just asking. I just want a man perspective review from you. You're a man.
Right.
So I'm saying, do you think that's healthy or longevity of life to work as hard and as many hours a day for a man?
Men been doing it all their life.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm just asking you, do you think that is healthy, just to do it like that? Do you think that there are any times that not even to even be with a woman, not even to spend time with his family, do you think there's ever a downtime that a man need to get a certain amount of rest? Do you
Okay.
think there's a certain
Well,
age where this needs to take place or anything like that?
yeah, I think in your younger years, I mean, like what I would say to a dude in his 20s, go get your money. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like I understand when a man get a little older in his 40s and 50s, he want to enjoy his fruits of his labor a little bit. But I mean, when you young to get established, you really got to put in a lot of work. And what it is I've been out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I've been out in the streets, and I remember, like, we always used to be out in the streets, and guess what? Real hustlers used to say, "Oh, I can go to jail for 5 years." And these other dudes can stay out here every day and sit on the corner or whatever they do every day because every day they get something, they go right back and give it to a woman or spin it up or whatever. And soon as we get out of jail or whatever we say it, we gonna be right back on top. Cause real hustlers gonna stay on top long as they out here. Cause the other average men, they don't want it bad as real hustlers. And that's why real hustlers sometimes go to jail and do other stuff because they trying so hard. You feel what I'm saying? To get that money.
Okay.
So I mean, you know, back in the day, men always work hard. Think about the coal miners, the people that work at. Just think about people that work at Nissan and work at other places. These ain't no 7 hour seven no 7 hour jobs. They want you there 10, 12 hours. You might not work but 4 days, but they want you 12 hours a day.
Why do you think that is so?
Because that stopping and going, like, say you get it on at the way. You get your 40 hours in, because think about it. If you're doing 12 hours a day, you get about 45 hours. Okay, then you got 3 days off. You got Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
Okay, so do you understand it?
So this is what happens. Either you out there fishing, not making no money, or you taking that time at a young age, getting you a second job or something. Because let me tell you something. You got dudes that work Nissan or other places, then they go and they work a security guard at job at night, then they go somewhere else. I'm talking about men been doing this forever.
Okay, look, let me tell you. I don't knock it one time that men would do that. Good. Do that. But there are a lot of men that has family and they work these things because they are straight being providers for their family.
Right.
But just say a single man working that hard and he's working for just himself. Right? So he don't have nobody to look after. He don't have no wife, no family, no children at home. So that's cool. Do that. Because you need to build your money up or build whatever you're trying to have for yourself.
I mean,
But I'm just saying, I'm giving the example of like when you have a family, it's a little different.
No, I'm saying what you said, a family, he shouldn't work as hard.
No, I did not say that.
No, I'm saying, what is you saying about the single man? Should the single man work less than the family man?
I didn't say that.
No, I'm saying, what you saying though when you said that?
Okay, well, if you listen and stop trying to challenge it, because I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to gather. Go ahead.
I'm saying a man with a family. Mm-hmm. Just say, for instance, he's working all these hours. Mm-hmm. He got his job in Nissan. Mm-hmm. You're working these many hours. We have these 3 days off.
Okay.
So you're saying for this man too to go and get him a second job and work these same hours, that's fine. He's doing this because he's building. He got to make it happen probably for his family that he's providing for. But I'm just saying he's not working 24 hours in a day.
No man work 24 hours in a day. Okay. But I'm saying what you said, a family, he shouldn't work as hard. No, I'm saying what you saying about the single man. Should the single man work less than the family man?
I'm just saying.
Okay. No, no man work 24 hours.
Okay. That's not what you're just saying. Like,
I did not. I never said nothing about no.
I know you didn't say 24 hours, but I'm just saying in this man instance, in either man, the married man or the single man, even if they choose to work those two jobs, there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
so you're saying like it's a
is,
problem if people do it.
no, all I'm saying is most men should be putting in
how many hours a day of work?
No, I'm talking about a week of working. Maybe 60 to 70 hours of working a week. I mean, if they want to have a certain living, what's name. Now, you can be a man that work, how they say, 8 hours a day and get off. And like I said, have your beer, what's name. But then I just said, what gonna be your yearly wage if you doing it like that? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
See, what I'm saying is people who work more get more. So I mean, this man, so what you saying, now I'm trying to get this back on your subject. What you saying is the family man should work less because he need to be around his family?
No, I didn't say that.
Or you saying he need to work more than the single man? Which one you saying?
I would say that he probably should work more than a single man.
I think they should if
probably work the same.
Yeah, if they in their 20s or whatever and they got plenty of energy and this and that, they should be working about the same amount of hours. Because guess what? If you're not working them hours, what are you doing with your spare time?
Okay, so you take at least 8 hours from the day to at least supposedly to get sleep, right? So that leaves you about what, 16 hours. So before going to sleep, you need downtime to relax your soul or your mind. How many hours you think from the 16? Man,
ain't nobody working. Most folks like that ain't. And they say the average. You know, we've been bent on that 8 hours. The average person.
No, I didn't say. I'm not doing research study. I'm just giving an estimate. I'm doing estimate. They always estimate at least 8 hours. Although most people don't even sleep 8 hours, they sleep at least 6.
Right, 6 hours.
So
let's stay at 6.
Okay, stay at 6. Fine, no problem. But still, in that 6 hours, you still have 2 hours. That's why they say you need downtime to. So you think people just gonna go in the house, lay down immediately, go to sleep, and get 6 hours? No, they gotta go in and bathe.
Okay.
They gotta go and wind down. So okay, 2 hours of that.
Okay.
So 8 hours.
So that's 8 hours. All right.
8 hours. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so you still have 16. So you're saying the person should work 16 hours?
What? You just you saying the other 16? I didn't say nothing about 16 hours.
No. Okay, no. Listen to me.
Go ahead.
We're talking about in the average day, right?
Okay.
We're just saying that the average person should probably sleep about 6 hours at least, right?
Okay.
Okay, so adding about 2 hours of downtime before just going to sleep. So that's why we stuck with the 8 hours, right?
Okay.
So 8 hours from a day, we still have 16 hours left.
Right.
So are you saying 16 hours should be for work or at least for?
Hold on. Why you keep saying for work? I told you. Hold on. Now what I said was 10 to 11 work hours in a day.
10 to 11. That's all I asked.
But
so 10 to
listen,
11.
I also said this. I said 70 to 75 hours in a week. And I told you that rounded out to about 10 hours to 11 hours a day.
So every day of the week, 10 hours, 7 days a week, that's 70 hours.
Let me tell you something. See, a couple of days, you might work 15.
So
you know, when women, let me tell you something. See, we always do this because guess what we doing? We teaching men to be bums. See what you're doing right now? You teaching men to be bums. Because
How?
listen. Let me finish it. Like you finish it. Let me finish it. We teaching men to be bum because guess what women tell me all the time when I was coming up? Oh, I'm working a double shift. I'm working a double shift at work. 18-hour shift. 12 hour. Man, it's women that's out here working 16-hour days. 16-hour double shift days at nursing and stuff like that. All the time. All the time. Ask the panel. As anybody, do they know women that's being nurses and stuff like and easier jobs like that that's double shifts almost every day? They working 14-hour shifts, 12 and 14, 16-hour shifts. I hear it all the time. So what I'm saying is, why the hell should we even, no, I'm listening. You ain't got to do that. Why the hell like we got to sit up here and say, oh, a man should have this downtime, do this, downtime, do that. Down. No, he should be working just as much as that woman.
Okay.
If a woman sit up here talking about she working 12-hour days, I should be working 13.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
So what I'm saying, that's what we're teaching the kids wrong. We teaching them about all this goddamn downtime. They ain't even got no uptime. Because they got to get their money up first. Why they in their 20s? Why they got plenty injury, them legs good, everything working straight. They need to make this money. And guess what? Going to college ain't making no money. You spending money without getting paid. They told me, I did research, and they say a lot of kids, basically, a lot of them, men shouldn't even be skipping college. They should have already hit a trade school, already been doing something they want to do. And that same 4 to 6 years they would have wasted in college should have been stacking money. They get in debt instead of, we're teaching them how to get in debt instead of getting ahead. Man, when you tell them, let me tell you something. I know women right now that went back and forth to college 3-4 times. We're giving them wrong information. And you know why they went there? Because they was in these apartments and this and that, and they giving you the little, as long as you're in college, we'll pay for this, we'll pay for that, we'll give you this, we'll give you that. And guess what? They trying to survive off them times in school. That's what women doing. They trying to survive off that school money. Just to have an apartment because they know with that school money coming in, they can pay for the apartment. That's 4-5 years you paying for an apartment. But soon after that, what they owe? 50, 60,000 in debt. You feel what I'm saying?
So have you ever been told before, like, for instance, like you say, it's better to go and get that trade than go and get the debt of being in college? So you never knew this always in the beginning. You had to be taught that, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you know differently.
What you mean? I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Okay, so
I had a concept. I never I never looked at college because reason I knew something was wrong with college because when I wanted to go to college and what I really wanted to get into, the really trade or whatever I really wanted to learn, they told me, you got to take English and this and that and that and that before you can get into what you really want to go for. Man, fuck y'all. This is a game. You know what I'm saying? When you telling me I need to pay for some shit I already took in school, English, advanced English, to read better, I got to take all this shit, history, all this again before I can even get into the actual subject that I really want to get into. This is a scam. When you can go to college and go straight to whatever the fuck you want to go to for. You know what I'm saying? If I want to be, if I want to learn how to be a a welder and I go to college and they tell me I got to take 7 classes to be a motherfucking welder. Man, won't them 7 classes, won't this be advanced welding, welding for amateurs, all that? Just take all the welding.
I'm saying before you went to college, did you know about the trade schools?
Yeah, I heard about them.
No, I'm saying before you went to college, did you know about them? I'm saying, so why didn't you just go to the trade schools instead of college?
No, because no, this is what happened. Your parents push you into the wrong thing. I didn't spend my money. My pop said, "Oh, I want you in college, and I want you to do this. I want you to do that." Okay, fine. I go to college. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say we are pushing our kids into some stuff half-time they want to do. So guess what? People call me an asshole. My kid, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this on live. Yeah. My kid barely got out of regular school. So they was all telling me, "Oh, you ought to put her in college." I was like, "For what?" She didn't like school. She didn't study. She didn't do a lot of stuff that people do in school to pass. And they said, "Oh, you ought to pay for this college." Well, I had to waste money. I've been that dude before. When she ready for college, whatever she ready for, I will gladly help her do that. But just to waste my money on college that I know is a scam, no. I look around and I started seeing everybody that when I went to college for my 1 year, I started seeing everybody who went to college just coming out with a bunch of debt. A bunch of debt. I got a cousin, got $70,000 in debt. And he couldn't have nothing. I watched him couldn't have nothing because all he was doing was paying off his loans every week and stuff like that. See, we got to be careful what we pushing our kids into because we pushing them into debt. If they don't really want it, why the hell they going? See, they going because we pushing them into shit that we know that they ain't. It's just like this here. I remember telling somebody, they thought, how all mamas, they think the kid's gonna be, football star, this and that. Sit up there and you tell them, I don't know if your son got it. He ain't got that edge. He ain't got that push. He ain't got that drive. Don't you know it ain't but 500 and some people in the NBA. The total NBA, 500 people. You can fit all these people in a preschool that's in the NBA. But we preach that all the kids can do, they can make it work. They can do anything they want to know. You can tell if your kid got drive or not. No, he can't even run. No, he ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? He can't jump. We know these things, but we fix our mind and we say, my child can do it. Yes, he can. We know he ain't got the drive for it. And we steady tell him he can do it. You can do it. You can do anything. No, he ain't got the drive for it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But guess what?
But if you don't have the drive for something, you don't think it can be developed?
No.
Okay.
No, because guess what? This what can be developed. A work habit. For real work.
So work can be developed, but a drive can be developed.
Because see, everybody got to work. See, this is what happened. When you don't want to work, guess what you turn into? See, this what men come in. You're gonna be a bum, son. You're gonna be on the street somewhere. Because guess what? Don't nobody care about men like they care about women. They'll put a woman into one of these homes that she can pay $35 a rent a month or something like that.
Well, they know she gonna have one of the men to come with her. That's why they just not gonna say it's for y'all too.
Well, see, when I came up, you couldn't stay with them women. You had to.
But y'all did.
No, we had to keep our shoes in the car because that's a telltale sign right there. We could hide in the closet, but you had to keep your shoes in the car.
But why you have to hide in the closet?
No, I'm talking about with your extra shoes. You can't keep your extra shoes. See, say if you got clothes at a house. See, they can't prove that ain't her clothes or the son clothes or something like that. But they can see them big old 14 shoes and say, hold on, player, you got somebody else staying here with you.
Oh.
So it will just, it's something else.
I
See,
mean, but how would they see who's staying in the house?
see, just like Ruben just said, what's wrong with being a doctor, lawyer, or a contractor or something like us? I mean, what we do, we preach these kids and we start telling them, oh yeah, you can be they be like, how what you want to be when you grow up? A basketball player, a football player. Man, shut up. All you doing is recanting what every other child recant. You know why? Because all the ladies going to the little Pee-wee league and yeah, my baby the best I heard. No, he's not. It's kids. You done seen them games. Let me tell you the kids that make it to the NFL. Haven't you seen them games where you see one kid just seem like he running all over the place, running over everybody? That's the one that they show in the NFL later on. You ever see when they be showing when he was a child star and they be like, look at him. And he was running over everybody and all that. That's what I'm saying, man. We be sitting up here telling these kids that they can do all these things, just like Jeffrey said. What's wrong with a trade? See, we tell these kids that they can go and they can do all these football, this and that, and we don't never tell them the truth, and that's why we in dire need of our whole thing just flipped upside down because we got people sitting up here after they run and realize they can't be a football or a basketball player. Get what they do? They run to the drugs. They run to either selling drugs or smoking drugs because they realize the dream that they've been sold. They get high every day and say, "Guess what my mama told me? I was gonna be a star." I'm just saying, and people don't realize most people are one injury away to not being nothing no more. You can be the best high school player all your life and get injured in the 12th grade or 11th grade, and your rest of your career is over. That's just how lucky. See, people don't realize you got to have a lot of talent, and then you still got to have some luck, because the average player stays in the league 3 to 7 years. Average basketball player don't last in the league but 3 years. We just think all these jokers stay in the league 20 years because they see a Kobe. Kobe was damn near one of the best players of all time, the reason he made it 20 years. LeBron, best players of all time, the reason he lasted in that 20 years. But guess how long Jordan lasted? 13. People don't even look at that old type of stuff. Jordan went in the league but 13 years. It just seemed like back then, the average for the superstars was 13 years. D Wade didn't play but 13 years. Most average basketball players don't even play but 13 years. And then the average football player that actually make it, he don't last but 3 years. And then the average player, soon as they leave, 7 years after they leave out the pros, they broke on the street. We ain't teaching them shit. We ain't teaching them nothing. We teaching them how to go, floss, act like you got it, and die quicker than you made it. That's what we're teaching them. I'm just saying. Ruben says, "Sis, you don't agree? You don't agree?" You hear me? Ruben say you don't agree?
I agree. And then Jeffrey asked what was wrong. I never said nothing's wrong with the trade. I'm like, if you knew about the trade first, why didn't you try that before college? But you were kind of explaining.
Yeah. I mean, I wish somebody would have pushed, because see, I was pushing for a trade, but Pop pushing for the whole college experience and all this old type of stuff. I didn't want that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't go back for when I went back to college. I went back for just trades. Trade. I want to learn something. I don't want to be in here and just make friends. Hey, how you doing, Bobby? Oh yeah, what we had an English test today? No, English ain't making me no money out here. I don't want to learn English. I can talk well. I don't need to I talk to people every day, all day. I can talk. I can conversate with people. I don't need the English. I don't need to know these big words. Oh, El Saguando. No, I don't need to do all that. See, even when I watch some of these dudes, they're like Dr. Umar Johnson, he ain't too bad on it. But it's another doctor dude that be on there and all he be the Saphaclacus. He just always say all these words and try to make them match and all that and say all this good stuff. And I just look at him, I'm like, that's when you take your education and you say, oh, I'm gonna take this education and I'm gonna make everybody feel bad for not knowing the words that I learned. I made sure I learned words that was at least 10 letters long. If it was under 10 letters, I ain't want to know it. But you know what I'm saying? Fuck that. But like he said, the book, don't lie. Education is everything. Let me tell you something. Educating your mind is education. Education on a piece of paper when it comes to just English and little stuff. Because if it don't make you money, it don't make sense. And that's when it all boils down to it. That's what it is. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. See, the best thing you can have is a good. Remember when I started off, a good attitude, a good attitude, and then you get you plenty of trades under you. You get to learning stuff from people. You get to learning from people like LaRuben, Jeffrey. You know, people out here working every day. You learn from people. See, people don't even realize a lot of people I didn't work for. I worked for them for free for a while before I even started getting paid because I wanted to learn the trade. You feel what I'm saying? And see, what we preach to our children now, oh, if you ain't paying my child from the door, he can't work with you. And see, that's why a lot of children ain't learning shit. Because the mamas are keeping them or putting them saying a paycheck, but you'll let him go to college and give all his goddamn money away to a goddamn college that ain't gonna teach him shit, but how to spell a goddamn word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
And goddamn it, a man out here that's teaching him how to make it through life, how to really work and make some real money out here. They don't even want him chilling with that dude. That dude know it all. Oh, he worked my baby too hard. Oh, man, fuck that. Let that man work your baby so your baby can learn some shit, and then your baby can go out here and work and make his money. See, everything is a learning process, and that's the problem. A lot of ladies want all their children, especially the men, to learn how they did. No, you're a woman. You're going to learn different. You're going to learn the office job. Guess what? A lot of men going to get pushed out the office job unless they're docile and all this old type of stuff, able to get screamed at and all that old shit. And when you want to be a boss, you got to learn from bosses out here how to work and how to really make real money. And that comes with hard work and putting in the time. And all of us have a little downtime, but a lot of men that work know you got to put in a lot of real time before you get downtime. My bad. He said endorsements made them. He talking about
Basketball players.
See, a lot of people don't realize a lot of them people without them shoe deals and them endorsement deals from the dough that keep their name up there and this and that. A lot of them fall through the cracks if they don't know what they're doing. Okay, go ahead. There, read that for me.
Jeffrey said, education is key, but you still need people in the world that pick up trash, drive school buses, fix on cars. It's a level to this economy. And everybody's not going to make it to be a lawyer, doctor, and basketball player because I can't burn trash where I live.
And it's just real talk. I mean, a lot of people got to realize that a lot of people be sitting up here saying, "Oh, everybody need the 100,000." No, it's not gonna happen like that because it's a dynamic to everything. You know what I'm saying? The person that's making them 100,000. See, everybody can't see, and that's the problem. Some days, a lot of women can't come up because everybody can't be bosses, and see that's why women don't like hiring other women too tough because them same women trying to take their job because they looking for that paycheck. See, women are brought up to be proactive and go getters, and I want the next level, and I want because I listen to them talk to men. Oh, why you ain't trying to move up in your job? Why you ain't doing this? Why you, man? Listen, you got more ambition. See, what a lot of men know sometimes is sometimes you got to do your job. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Take your ambition outside of your job to start your own stuff on the side.
Yeah.
That's why I say about this extra working when you're young. See, guess what? Your first job, you working. The job is to maintain you while you try to get yourself off the ground where you ain't got to be maintained no more, where you can make your whatever you got going work. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. I agree.
Jobs ain't guaranteed to you.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna fire you like a lost pack of potato chips. And everybody be thinking they got a job for 20. Let me tell you something. I tell people all the time. If you want a job for 20, 30 years, you better be in law enforcement, nursing, or working on roadways and stuff like that, roads and bridges and stuff like that. If you ain't doing some into that thing, yeah, I did say nursing and stuff, right?
Of course.
Yeah. But if you ain't doing something to that, and then now there's some tech stuff, out here. But if you ain't doing something like that, you can guarantee Family Dollar, Walmart ain't no 30-year jobs like they used to advertise back in the day. They got turnovers. I remember when I was young and they was talking about how, and you can Google that up, how Taco Bell, McDonald's, and all that turnover. They used to want to hire kids that wanted summer jobs because they wanted summer, winter, so they won't have no employees long term. They can always have a turnover where you always starting back over at the bottom.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you stay somewhere long, you want raises. If somebody got one summer job, they know how much money they getting paid. After that, they gone. You ain't got to worry about no pension, no what's not folk. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about all that.
Right.
And these companies know that, and that's why they get these robots ready. And it gonna get worse in a couple more years. Everybody think they got everything figured out, and they got truck driving trucks. They got robots that stocking the why you think they don't got y'all working at night no more? They letting the robots practice at night. They don't want no. I'm serious. They don't want you to see the robots practicing and you feeling bad because this robot is And the robot ain't taking no break. He ain't tired. He ain't crying. All he doing is working. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They making pizza. They making breakfast. You go to these big cities, New York and all that. The robots making the breakfast, everything. They shooting at the eggs. They flipping the eggs. They doing all this stuff. But once it get here, we will know. All these little Rudy Poop jobs that people been having all the time, and then sit up here trying to take what they call it, social stuff in college and business administration, like you probably running somebody else's business. No, don't nobody need you to run their business next. You know, what's the name? Next week is going down, bro. We're gonna be on a radio station next week. Yes, we will be on a radio station near you next week. Okay. But yeah, but all I'm saying is people don't even realize what's really going on around us. You know what I'm saying? You know. They coming to America. I'm on fries next week. I'm on the grill. I'm just saying, like people don't realize stuff done came so far. Like bank tellers, all this stuff we see this year, we might not see it next year. All these bank tellers, isn't it? They getting away from all these new banks coming up. They ain't putting bank tellers in there. They got drive through. I sent a drive through whole little bank teller space and bank little thing. It's virtual. Yeah, it got old somebody just talking to you and you getting your money and all that and handling all your stuff just like that. They got drive through bank. It ain't gonna be nothing. I'm telling you now. Like, like think about it. Your card. I mean, they letting everybody check out themselves. They don't even want people passing through your stuff no more. People at Home Depot and all they is to help you check out. And they got the cameras watching you, and they don't even because what they realize is most time the employees the one that's stealing the most. So they might as well just let you check out yourself. You more honest and they ain't got them things that swipe across everything you come across. If you put something too heavy in that bag, it's already done weighed. Everything in your bag got to weight.
Yep.
And when it zap it, it tell you how much that thing weighs. So everything in the bag is counting your stuff just like that.
Right.
Yeah. So they already know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? All they doing is spending more top notch on security and how, checking stuff out. And we don't even tell our children this, that you ain't gonna be able to just go up there and bullshit around and work at Walmart. Walmart ain't gonna be there for you in a minute.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have no checkout. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? People buying stuff before they can go to the store. They shopping, and people grabbing. How many people you think next year they're gonna be drive through shopping thing where it's drive through right now insane where you pull up and they bring all your grocery out and throw it in your car and you take off.
Well, up north that's been going on because first they start doing it like they put your groceries in a bin and you drive around and they load it. Now you don't even see a person in that store. They put your stuff in a bin and the machine take it to your car.
Uh,
So the people that used to load it, they're not even there
and
anymore.
guess what?
That's been about at least about
And
20
guess what?
years ago.
And guess what? Not Uber, but DoorDashes in California are robots. They are coming to you. Robots are coming to you. What's name? They already got a whole thing. It's interlocked robot, and a robot going to you, and you get in their little code. They open that thing up and get your food hot, still hot, like it just came from the restaurant. They ain't playing, man. These folks is not
The
playing.
Jetsons about to take over.
I'm telling you that. And I'm finna invest in a robot somewhere. Okay, but I'm just telling you, like I'm finna buy me one of them cleaning robots. I'm telling you now, everything going down. I mean, it just going down.
Jerry said what they better get a trade in is how to fix the self checkout to make money.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now
See,
they say
and,
that.
and guess what? And guess what? Guess what? See, this the problem. Women will tell people a lot of stuff, but see, women don't know about tools. So what's happening is a lot of men that's being raised in these single family households. If they ain't got a man to tell them, "Hey man, you need some tools. You need this. You need that," it's surprised me to this day to see grown men that feel like he don't have a need for a good jack or a good tool to take his car, his tie off or something, or just a air or air battery pack air compressor. Back in the day, you had compressors that you had to plug in your lighter and all that. Why you still buying a plug-in lighter or this and that when they got the whole thing down there for $40, the battery pack, click, and you just. I mean, we got to do better. We got to get up with the times and all this stuff.
I saw you with a robot the other night.
Man, that my boy working, man. Don't start this stuff, man. Yeah, he called me on live, me and Kenny working and stuff. That's what I tell you. But I mean, but like I said, it's always gonna be workers, but we got to teach our kid how to actually work. Then I feel hey, we got to teach these kids more than they think. See, kids now is thinking life is about, getting high, chilling, drinking downtime instead of uptime. I mean, you know what I'm saying? All these kids running for downtime and ain't got nothing yet. You got to, you get downtown once you start having things. You know what I'm saying? See, kids, if you ain't on shit, fuck you got downtown for. I'm just saying, like I tell people all the time, if you ain't even on your own car, I remember when I ain't have my own car, and my car was in the shop. I remember walking the streets, hustling, trying to make me some money to get my car. You got to own some stuff before you got some down. After you get it, then you say, "Oh, I did it." You know what I'm saying? Like we want people to have downtown for what? You ain't got nothing. Downtown should be put your beer down till you get something. Put that blunt down till you get something. That's what we should be telling them. But that ain't what we telling them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
These kids, and then guess what? We helping them out, and they ain't helping themselves. And let me tell you something. I'd be damned if I watch a child smoke his money up and then come ask me for some goddamn money. I'd be goddamn. No, I'm just saying, like, we have a generation where we'll watch a child. Then I'm smoking this good shit. I'm smoking this motherfucker Bin Laden and all that. I be listening to all these little names they got for weed and stuff. I've been smoking this Bin Laden. What's name? Oh man, this stuff, this $50 a gram. Now, I mean, you listen to people talking, right? But at the end of the day, you broke. Ain't got nothing. Don't even own your car. Man, if you don't sit down, man. If you don't sit down, and this is the culture we doing. And that's why the kids so damn soft, because they ain't got nothing. We reward them, and they ain't got nothing. They come and say, "Oh, I need $50." But what? To smoke some more weed? Man, you better get out of my goddamn face. You better start smoking it and drinking and everything. Then I know if you need some real help. You don't need no help if you got money to blow. to blow it up in smoke. You know how they say you blowing your money up in smoke. That's exactly what kids doing. We said, oh, I'll pay that for you. Man, I'll be damned. You'll be a broke motherfucker around here waiting on me. Because that's teaching a child. That's taking the nipple out their mouth. I'm just telling the truth. That's taking the nipple out their mouth because we got too many kids on a bottle. And that's just real talk. It's just too many kids on a bottle. And until you take the bottle, how a child, let me say, how a child start eating food, and drinking, you got to take them off the bottle. You start getting them some real food here and there. Give him real food. Next thing you know, you just give him food for now. He don't need no bottle no more. You take him off the bottle. You take the milk, you take the bottle out of the mouth, you take the nipple out of the mouth, and you let him eat regular food. Then you let him hunt for his own food. This is the natural thing of life. You let him hunt on his own. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to listen to men all the time. They say, shit, if you go and you give a person food, fish or whatever, they'll eat for the day. But if you teach them how to fish, they'll eat for a lifetime.
I agree.
So we not teaching them how to actual fish. What Ruben said?
Ruben said, my young brother told me to tell you. He got what we saying. He said, my brother watching, he said the judge is the robot.
The judge is the robot. What they mean by that?
You have to ask LaRuben. That's who said that.
I have to watch Ruben. Ruben might
Right.
out sometimes. Sometimes when I'm thinking about this,
No, he said his young brother said that. He didn't say it. So we need a justification as to what your brother's saying about the judge is the robot. But Jeffrey said, how many parents teach their children how to invest?
Right.
Not many.
Right. Let me tell you, you know why? Because half of their parents ain't invested in nothing. Half of their parents can't teach them nothing that they don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I told you about that level of respect. Because see, your kids gonna look at you, and it's all about elevation. And if you now don't graduate to get to a certain level, they gonna look at it and say, my pop, my mama don't even own a car. How they gonna tell me what to do? And that's where you get the level of disrespect. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because your kids looking up to you and they want you to have something. And they want you to have more than them. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
Because I used to tell jokers even back in the day, like I used to be in old Delta 8, and I used to watch the some of my homies. They was in the big cars, the Benzes and all that. And you know what I used to tell them? Nick, I buy your Benz and you. But what I'm saying in so many words is y'all don't know how to save. Y'all don't know. Y'all invested in. Let me tell you something. I need to what's the name that oh yeah, I need to play that what's the name. I got you. Go to the next subject while I'm getting it right.
LaRuben said, non-invest is hustling and chaos. That's what LaRuben says. Okay, LaRuben?
Okay. You ready for me? You ready? You ready to hit it?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to make sure I get it right first.
So sorry to interrupt, but
Hold on. I'm going to get it right. All right. Here you go.
broke her off, made her feel good. got myself a regular customer. Damn, what you looking at, man? Nigga trying to psych me out, talking about you killing all. Old school nigga. You don't want us to have to put that heat on his ass, do it, Pete? You want me to take him out? Nah. Let the nigga breathe. He make my mom unhappy. Make his ass bleed. On the real, make him feel the steel. As long as she happy, he got his life. Won't be no strife. And I hope his ass hear me too, nigga. I hear you. You know the problem with you little niggas? You think you know everything about the damn world, and you don't know shit. Now, I see you got yourself a little business going. Well, that's good. That's good. You make that paper. But when you making paper, you gotta learn some rules to go with it. You gotta learn the difference between guns and butter. There are two type of niggas in this world. There are niggas with guns and niggas with butter. Now, what are the guns? The guns, that's the real estate. The stocks and bonds. Artwork, shit that appreciates with value. What's the butter? Cars, clothes, jewelry, all that other bullshit that don't mean shit after you buy it. That's what it's all about. Guns and butter, baby. You little dumb motherfuckers. See what I'm saying, cuz?
So I'm just telling you, man, a lot of these dudes don't know
What was that?
guns and butter. That's Baby Boy. People don't know about guns and butter. You know what I'm saying? That's the movie Baby Boy. A lot of people don't realize that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look, read what Ruben said.
Ruben said they dope popping, Baby Boy. Watch what OG tell him.
Right. We'd be like me to have life insurance. Not saying we're looking for someone in the past, but y'all new pass that money to the next generation. The other dude, yeah, that's right. Because I heard a white dude say that one time. He was like, the difference in black people and white people is, white people keep paying their insurance, and when somebody die, they get paid. And they able to pay off their house, move up, and all kind of stuff. And then we be sitting up here having burial funds. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's because we sit up here balling like we out here rich, but at the same time, we ain't even paying our insurance. He just ain't paying insurance on the cars. And sitting up here talking about like they balling all the time. It's just a sad sight sometimes.
Yep. Jeffrey said we as black need to have life insurance. Not saying you're looking for someone to pass, just turn old money to new money and keep on and on pass money to generations. Others do it, why can't we? He said, real talk, brother Madlock.
Yeah. But we got to realize, just like that was now, we got to know the difference between guns and butter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I realized at a young age, the difference in guns and butter.
What's the difference?
It's because I had a lot of common sense. You know what I'm saying?
What's guns and butter?
I knew what was taking my money. When I was getting cars and fixing them up and, putting my boom in them and all that old type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's butter. That's just stuff and I'm just wasting money. It's not coming back to me. You know what I'm saying? But once I realized, when I just made sure my car ran, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't trying to put all this extra and all that stuff, just alarm in the car. and some AC, heat, whatever, and make sure that thing run. Then I start really, you start seeing money then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people ain't gonna see money because they got in his head these people that supposed to be super investment. Let me tell you something. Half of America is broke, and they say most ladies are living off. The average woman is don't have over $500 in their bank account. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of ladies don't understand when they look at and they see some ladies that actually got it going on and making their good money. They don't realize how many ladies not nowhere near that level. I think when COVID, canceled a lot of jobs and people went out there, and I even noticed some ladies. I remember one time I seen a lady that was making real good money, and then she just said, "Oh, just try to find me a side job," and then went out there looking at what they pay people and this and then said, "Oh hell no," and and you know. And it felt like deja vu, like, what? These the only jobs y'all got available? Or that 8, 10, $12 hour job? Now, player, I ain't working for that. But people don't realize if you lose that good thing, you're gonna be all the way back to them jobs like that. You feel what I'm saying? See, people don't realize when you got a good thing, better hold on to it because you lose that
That
good
part.
thing. You'll be
It's
back
over
there.
with.
You'll be back down there. And you talking about how I get here, how I get back here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think what we teach our kids are the opposite. We spoil them and we do all this stuff, and we think our kids, because like I said, you know, people that spoil kids are doing them a disjustice. Because I think I spoiled mine, and by the time I started trying to get mine on the right track, I think she, she got back on the right track. But that spoiling stuff, doing that stuff for too long, it will damage a child's mind. You know what I'm saying?
So how old was your child when you tried to make that change?
I think over
Was it
around 14, 15.
oh,
And I think
over with?
Yeah, and I think she didn't take it. She didn't take it too good, and we was battling on that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Me
Mm.
trying to stop all the expensive shoes, all the kind of expensive
But
stuff.
it's already in it now.
So I mean, if I knew what I knew now, I would do things different. A little different, but I don't think I don't live life on regret. Sometimes you got to realize some children, they might have got that other side. That go getter spirit was always in me pushing in them. But then when you got another side that's pushing the opposite of what you trying to teach, it's kind of hard if they're around the other side more than you.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing now. When you got a lot of hardworking brothers out here, and they trying to tell a child one way, and then the woman that don't even know about hard work like that, they in the office typing and I'm mentally drained. I mean, men have to get out here and do hard labor work. So you got to teach a man to have a better sense of what he gonna be doing for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? You might be doing some hard work the rest of your life, player. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like just like my partner, he got his son with him now. He raising his son, and he got to teach his son how to do the hard work. You know what I'm saying? His son crying and and doing all and moping and stuff because he been around his mama so long and he just got stuff easy. His daddy said, none of that game, none of the phones. Oh, player, you gonna work. We're gonna teach you this, we're gonna teach you that. And let me tell you something. A year or so later now, the sun started to come around. You starting to see the sun, come around and realize, yeah, man, work. Because every man that show up, work all day. Boom. Show up. Yeah, we work. Yeah, your daddy teaching you right. Gotta work. If you ain't around men that work and they teaching everybody working around, hey, you can have stuff you do on your side. What's the name? But if you ain't working, you ain't doing that. Okay, what it?
He said, bro, tell one sister that you think is on point and they are famous.
You talking about a lady that's famous?
Maybe he was saying that your thinking is on point.
Yeah, and no, he said,
say one sister that you think is on point and famous.
And they famous. That's telling the kids the right thing. Famous. I don't know. Maybe Michelle Obama or something. I've never really heard Michelle talk down, on certain men and this and that. But
yeah, she don't talk down to kids because she teach them to eat healthy type of thing.
Yeah, I mean that's the only person that I really. I'm trying to think of. Do you know any woman that talk positive about?
You probably hit the nail on the head when you said Michelle.
Cause I mean, I don't even think many.
Not too many people put in a lot of time with children, or they're concerned about their well-being. You don't hear it often.
Because you a lot of famous women have a lot of drug head children and children that's entitled.
That's why, because they have entitled children that are spoiled.
Yeah. So
They really said dead men walking. Yeah. We all live life in regret. I wish I could change some of the decisions I made. Yeah, I think we all probably maybe gone through that, but a lot of times if you change those decisions, you may not be the great person that you are today. So,
or you might not.
I wish some things could have been different on my behalf, but then again, I'm okay with it. I ain't turning out that bad. It didn't kill me.
I just want me some new knees.
They sell them 2 for $1.
If I give you some new knees, I ain't regret nothing.
Buy you some knees.
Some new knees. If I knew these knees were gonna wear out like this, I would have invested in me some knees. That's the only thing I regret. These knees, man. I played basketball too much all the time, all day, every day. So that's the only thing I regret, playing so much basketball that wore out these knees. I didn't regret whooping these dudes up. Okay, my bad. Okay. Till our kids focus on the future, they eyes on the prize.
We already did that.
No, I was just.
Okay.
Yeah. You got anything else? That's it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. Well, I mean,
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you guys tomorrow night with this subject. Why are we giving our kids the same dream?
Bye, Felicia.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now.
Linda, listen, Linda.
Listen.
Okay, what?
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about?
Got him! Got him!
Yeah, yeah. He said, show honor, bro.
What you talking about, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice show. We'll see y'all again tomorrow to expand on some of this stuff. We're gonna get really deep tomorrow. We're gonna talk about how these. I just didn't want to go too far in it, but we're gonna go into this. This tomorrow's show is gonna be more of the. Oh, do you got it down now?
Yes,
Tomorrow's
sir, I did. And there it is now.
Yeah. Why are we giving our kids the same dreams? We all telling all our kids to be a football player, basketball player, some of these things that I feel like we just doing too much of. And we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. We're gonna get dead into it. Just like we got into it today, we're gonna get all the way into it tomorrow. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.
Good night, everybody.
Be out of this thing. Peace. And yes, LaRuben.